I'm going to stick with these. I'm going to stick with these. And the reason why I opened up saying that I'm going to stick with these is because of the fact that I followed this guy on YouTube. I only follow him and another guy. And he just loaded up something 50 minutes, 57 minutes, it says, 57 minutes ago. There's a company called Imprint Films, that has a very expensive Halloween box set. It's pretty slick though. It's actually pretty slick, and it has a jack o' lantern, and it has a jack o' lantern where it's a pumpkin inside of a glass case, and they only made certain numbers of them. Now, I like to collect physical copies, but I'm not what you call a collector. I think that thing would be awesome if you had a designated room with a bunch of box sets and you had actual room to display all that. I think that'd be pretty cool. So I'm not gonna lie. It's from Australia, I guess. So it's 500 and I forgot how much it was. I think it was $549 altogether, but it's 300 and something dollars here um, in the U.S. And you got the terrace. Wake up! You got the terrace. You got the terrace stuff in there. As far as shipping over here to the United States, I think when this guy got done adding everything up, it was like I think it was $392 altogether, which to me ain't bad. But what I am saying is that I ain't gonna lie. I thought that box set looked pretty daggone legit. Man, don't get me wrong. If I had like let's just say the size of my living room, which is this right here. If I had a room this size, besides my living room, and I had my TV and my surround sound, and I had just a gaming slash, you know, you know, a, just a gaming room, like just have this chair in here and like a little desk, but no couch or nothing like that. And that wall over there would be free. This wall over here would be free. Oh man, I would stuff like that. I would definitely get. I, one or two things about this video is that it's cool that I came across this thing because at first I was sitting there going, man, you out your mind, you think I'm gonna pay that kind of money. But then I'm sitting there looking at the video, man. I'm sitting there saying to myself, oh man, that's a pretty nice setup. Because all these Halloweens that I just showed you that I opened up my video with, I have all these on 4K individual. But these is only 1 through 5, and it is a pretty legit looking box set to me. Now I read some of the people's comments, and some of the people are like me. Some people's like, "Hey, I'm good," and some people said that they had already spent a lot of money on something already, so they can't justify spending that kind of money. Another comment was like me. They got this many 4Ks, and they just couldn't see. Like these are not even open, not even open. But I'm not gonna lie. So one or two things came out of this video. It says it's Australia, it's like 500 and something dollars. Over here in the United States, it would be $392 after you got done buying it. But it's 5 something in Australia. But it's a 4K Blu-ray, 4K plus Blu-ray collection, limited edition. And so I was looking at it, and then I was reading some of the comments. But the problem is, how some things look good when you see it on TV or you look on your phone and it looks good. But a lot of times when you end up getting it, it's maybe the quality is not as good. But I've never really invested in box sets like that. The biggest box set I ever got was the Friday the 13th right here. And I really love this. I really love this Friday 13th right here. But I often wondered if I could get a Friday. I thought it would be awesome to get a Friday 13th 4K steelbook. Now you probably say steelbook. Yeah, I'm talking about a steel case like this and all steel books. Yep. Now I ain't gonna lie, I probably would get that. I probably get that because that's how much I like Friday 13th. But you gotta understand, I'm 66 years old, so this has got nostalgia with me because when I graduated in 1978, this is when all these slasher movies was coming about. Halloween is another one. Halloween, Jamie Lee Curtis is the same age I am. When she came out with Halloween, she was the exact same age I was, and it was such a really awesome time back then because it was when we came out with, we had Friday 13th. I think it was I think maybe it was Halloween, then Friday 13th. Then you had uh, my next one, which would be Freddy Krueger, and then after that you had I think it was I forgot, there was a whole slew of them after that. But the main ones for me in my era was Halloween, Friday 13th, and then later on it was uh, you know uh, you know Nightmare on Elm Street. So, but I'm good. But I'm good because I have I have the original Halloween. I watched this one. I love the first one. I got the original Halloween, and then I got Halloween 2. It's not even open. Got Halloween 2, and then I got Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. I already got that one. Not even open. And then I got Halloween 4. I remember really liking this one for some reason. I haven't watched it in a while, but Halloween 4. I got Halloween 4. And then The Revenge of Michael Myers is Halloween 5. So now you gotta put yourself in my situation. So I'm sitting here watching this video, and it said Halloween 1 through 5, 4K, limited edition, 1978 through 1989. That means it's just 1 through 5. Well, there's 1, and then there's 2. Okay, there's 1, and then here's 2, not even opened up. And here's 3, Season of the Witch, not even opened up. And then here's 4. I bought these last year or year before last, not even opened up. I'm getting my Halloween fix on, by the way. And I got 5. And I wanted to buy these because of the fact that I wanted to actually remember when I actually, which ones that I know. The first one I truly love because you gotta understand. I graduated in '78, and I think the first one came out back in 1981, if I ain't mistaken. First one was 1981, so I graduated in '78. So the first one was yeah, nope. First one was 1978. I graduated in '78. And so that's why people my age have such nostalgia. But what gets me is generations upon generations upon generations that grew up on these things because they've watched either their dad or their mom or their aunt or uncle, some relative, passed all these down. But these give birth to a lot of new stuff that's out already. And then later on, you would end up getting the Screams after that. I think the Screams were in the '90s, if I ain't mistaken. So that's when the Screams comes out. But anyway, to end this out. So it's he kept talking about Imprint. Uh, Imprint is the name of this company. So it's an Imprint. Just announced that they have a limited, uh, you know, limited number. So I decided to see what Imprint was all about. So I punched in Imprint on this phone right here, and it came up to the site. So I punched in my email and all that kind of stuff. And I answered a couple of questions and this and that. Are you a robot? No, blah, blah. And then I submitted, I subscribed to them. Man, when I loaded up, that page loaded up, I was like, holy crap, they do got some good stuff on there. So one good thing come out of this video. One, I ain't buying it. Two, I already have them. And three, I got their site now. So if in the future, if they have something on there I want, I already got their site. It's on my phone now. I punched in my email and all that kind of stuff. But I got on their site, man. I'm loving some of the box sets they got on there. Like I said, if this room was just this gaming chair and my shelves, and I could put a wall of shelves, like a whole wall of shelves over there, and all the way across this room, I'll make this whole room into a video game library slash physical copy of movies. But I just don't have enough space. But anyway, did you guys see? But and to close out, so when I got on Imprint and looked at the Halloween, they only made, I think, I forgot the number that they made, but it is out of stock already, and that went up last night. So somebody must want them. You know what I mean? But like I said, I think stuff like this is pretty cool, man. If you got a room and stuff like that, I think stuff like that is pretty cool. And I really think it's really cool when you walk in somebody's house and you see their little, video game slash a physical copy of movies slash box set slash how they got their stuff set up. I think it's so neat. Now, don't get me wrong. I love my setup. I got my little Bigfoot back there. I got my Godzilla. I got a nice little, but it's in my living room. There's only so much you can cram in your living room. I don't want it cluttered too much. So anyway, did you guys see that box set? If you did, what you think? I've been wearing this lately because it's starting to get chilly outside. It's still nice outside. I'll probably take this off and put a cap on, but right now it's 40-something degrees in the morning, and my heater's not on and my air conditioner's not running, so that means the electricity bill will be down. But anyway, that's why I got this on. But only thing about this is you see how I got these right here? I'm truly thinking about trying to find Halloween, the original Halloween. See how these, they're in a nice, they're in a slipcase. Yeah, they're all in a slipcase. Yeah, every one of these are in a slipcase, except for this one. This one's not in a slipcase, and I don't like that. So I might, after I get done with, see if I can find a Halloween original one with a slipcase, and probably just give this one to my daughter. But anyway, God bless, take care. I just thought I'd share that with you. Imprint got it. It's a kick-ass box set. But and the box set got jack-o'-lantern, and in the back of it, you can put all your 4K steelbooks in the back. And the jack-o'-lantern has a LED light that flickers on and off. So it would be a really cool display if you had a room for it. But it's only, so all 5 copies comes in a steelbook, and each steelbook has a different style of print on it from the movies, So look, so I'm kind of I'm glad that I got Imprint now on my phone. So if I see another box set that I think is pretty legit, then I'll go ahead and buy something from them. But now that I got Imprint, because a lot of times when I see a lot of physical people that collect physical copies, I'm like, man, where are they getting all that stuff on? Because I'll say stuff like, that's not on Amazon. And then sometimes Amazon does have it. But Amazon doesn't have this. This is Imprint from the studio. This is from a company called Imprint. So, but I'm gonna try to see if I can find this in a in in a in a in something like this. I love the way these feel. I just don't like when I get a 4K. When I got this came in a cellophane wrap. So that means it came like this and you just took the wrap off. I like it when it's like this because it has the outer box. This has the outer box with the movie inside. So I might see if I can find that. So gives me before I work out, I think I'm gonna work on that. We'll catch you later.